Hey, you guys remember that one time that I made a joke about being a professional streamer? I definitely forgot to start iTunes. Hi! It's Coco time! Thank you for the host and the raid. How are you guys? Hi, Aubrielle. The little rolling fox is rolling through. Kuro is always here, as usual. Coco and Penny and Kale. Kale, I'm sorry. I skipped streaming on Tuesday, and I really want to stream. I really want to work on world building. I'm sorry. I'll get to your I'll do your turnaround on Tuesday, I guess. This isn't a Minecraft stream. You just missed Coco's Coco's Minecraft stream. All right, let's get some tunage, so we can work on our moodles. How's everybody doing? It is Thursday, my dudes. And dudettes and others. Had an okay day. Yikes. Yep, I know that feeling. That's how my life has been. Pretty much just normalness, except for the fact of I asked the bot if I should get Disco Sheeb commissions from you next round, or a rough and tumble Dr. Pepper. Bot wants Disco Sheeb. Well then, I guess you know what you're getting. I'll probably reopen commissions again soon, since I did take a commission from Kale, so that might happen in the next couple days, but I want to do this first. Where was I going? In here. This is the folder I wanted. Doing good? Excellent, eh? You did do a Minecraft stream. I was there. Nope, that's the wrong folder. I want the Veos folder. The Scythe is a work in progress that may or may not make it into the final version. Alright, so this is where I got last time with this. And yeah. I don't know where else I'm gonna go with it, but guess what I can do now? I don't know. What can you do now? Anything? Anything you want? So I was in the process of penciling in some guys here. So we're gonna just keep doing that. Try to get a bunch of them in. Let's grab some horn reference. Horns. Bert. I never know what to do with the horns. I always run out of ideas. There it is, loaded. Excellent. You're finally here. I imagine these guys being kind of like droopy and sort of just dragging their arms along beside themselves. Oh, let me show you guys this cool thing I got at work today. Alright, so, Aubrielle! Oh my gosh, you've been here for how long and you finally can subscribe? Thank you so much for the tier 1 sub! Oh, that's so cool of you. Everybody give some love to Aubrielle for that. Thank you. You can do that! Beautiful. Oh, that's so cool of you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So okay, so I've been having a really bad week. For anybody who did not notice, and if it hasn't been painfully obvious, I've been having a fairly bad week. And so today, Chandler and I went to Barnes & Noble and just were looking around, and we walked into the, like, toys section, and I saw this, and I pretty much purchased it immediately. Look at my idiot son and his ice cream hat. He's precious. I love him. This is Tokage. He is my new favorite character, and he is, like, the cutest thing I've ever seen. Let me find a picture of him without the ice cream head. Tokage. There he is. Look at the precious bean. Look at this precious child. Oh, he's so good. I love him. Look how proud he is. Look at me. My son. Guess what? Is that a Tokage plesiosaur? That's his mom. Tokage's mom is the Loch Ness Monster. He's not really my son. I adopted him. I stole him. So yes, it is a Tokage plesiosaur. Yep, there's a plush even of Tokage and his mother. He's a baby Loch Ness Monster. You could get shoes of him. But I saw this today and he's wearing like a dumb ice cream hat and I love it. Cause like the bear or the cat, the bear and the cat come in like a little cup, like they're the ice cream. But I like that the penguin and the Tokage have like an ice cream hood. I do need this. Oh, there's this one that has like a pouch in the back for you to put things in. Look how cute he is. I have like a huge collection of these guys on my desk at work. I won a bunch of them on Toraba, and so I just put them on my desk. I have like a big pile of them. There's let me show you the other one I have. I'll find it. Yeah, this one. I have this guy too. He's got his little Sherlock Holmes hat, and he's ready to go. I also have this one, which is just like a plain, like, large plush, but his arms are big enough to hold one of our products at work. So we just like stuffed it in between his arms, so he just sits at my desk and just holds it. I also have one of these little. I have this little one, this little beanbag one. They're like, I don't know, like 2.5 inches tall, maybe not even, like 2 inches tall. They're little, but you can put outfits on them. Yeah, see, you can put them in a little outfit. Like he's in a little sailor costume. Or Tokage bread. Oh, you could just get a bread with Tokage's face on it. I have this one. This melon bread one. These things are from a Japanese brand called Sumiko Garashi. It's something about corner critters or something. They like to hide in corners because they have anxiety. And Tokage is my favorite because look at how precious he is. But there's like 5 of them. There's more than that now, I think, but, I have found them at Barnes & Noble's. That's the only place I've seen them, like, in person. I've seen a bunch of them on eBay. I've seen even more than that on Japanese eBay. And, or I guess it's Yahoo Japan. Yahoo Japan, and then, I've won a bunch of them off Toraba. Anxiety bubs. But is there one of him as a French schoolgirl? Perhaps. Why does Japan have the most cute things and the most disturbing? Yeah, right. Is there one of him as a schoolgirl? I don't know. Yeah, this one. I got him this little outfit, so he's like a little baker, and he comes with like a little plush bread and a little bag of flour. He's so cute. Oh, I also got him this plush mushroom today because it was on clearance at Barnes & Noble, and so now he lives in a mushroom. Oh my god, they're so good. Like, this one, this little brown one, this is, tonkatsu. and there's penguin question mark. That's the green one. The green one is penguin with a question mark. I thought that was a plush plumber's crack. Mushroom. Yeah, this one. I got him a little mushroom house. Look at them. So, that's my latest obsession. We went to Barnes & Noble and I saw the one with the ice cream head and I was like, I think I need that in my life. I think we need to have that. Alright, so I like this dude that I just drew right here in the front, but I realize he covers up a really interesting part of the composition, so I'm gonna move him to over right. Let's cut off that other dude's tail. Actually, right there's probably the best place for him. I'll have to fiddle his horn so he doesn't make a tangent. Let's see. We gotta put a couple more of these guys in here, I think, because I think 5 is not enough. Put one up there on the balcony. Small one in the furthest left window. Up in here. Oh, or in here. I should put some kids in, too. I haven't put any children in. Maybe a couple of them play fighting on the ground right here. Need small horns for that. There we go. Wrestling. Wrestling is a very Veos thing to be doing, so... We'll put this guy up in the window, like, watching them. So the Veos dig themselves little, like houses. And sometimes the doorways aren't that big. And so, like, this, like, the first floor under here would be, like, one cave, and then the second floor is, like, another cave. So, like, they have different, like, their houses are kind of, like, stacked on top of each other because they all sort of live in the same place. Plus, they climb on everything, so. Rolling Fox, I've been working on this world-building project for a little while. It was more just for the fun of it, but, I have all these different races and species planned out that I want to make these sheets for. I spent the last year I was working on these guys, so these are my Jadoa. They're probably my most fleshed out race, but they're bird people, and so I've made this whole like 8-page sheet about them and their culture and showing off what they look like and different things about their lifestyle and such. Excuse me. And so I'm doing that for another one of my species, which is called Veos. Where are Veos? I just closed that window and didn't need to. I want to get this done so that I can put them up for you guys to use, because I love when you guys make characters of these, so I want you guys to have the reference for it. So these are the Veos. So I'm on the Jadoa sheet. I'll show you guys that one. On the Jadoa sheet on this page, I have this little scene here of like their city. Just a little like slice of life of their city. I'm doing that for the Veos as well, because that's the page we got to on their sheet, and I was kind of like, you know what, I don't feel like coloring things. I think I'm just gonna sketch for a little bit. So, so that's gonna go on. Which page is that? This page. It's gonna go on here. Thick lore. That's me. The only page I'm not sure what to do with right now, and it's the reason I skipped it, is this one. Because I don't know what to put in the box for the Divine Challenge. On the one hand... So, the problem I'm having with the Divine Challenge image is that, I picture the Divine Challenge needs to... The Divine Challenge is basically how the Veos choose their leaders, and you can challenge the current leader and fight them to the death, and whoever wins gets to be the new leader, and if you lose, then you're dead. So, you're no longer the leader. But I picture it has to have, like, a certain level of, like, tradition to it, and, like, they adhere to their own traditions very tightly. So that it has to be, like, done in a certain way for it to be valid. But I don't want to do a whole nother piece of... Like, I don't want to do a whole nother scene, you know? Like, I didn't do that much for the Jadoa either, so I don't want to, like, go crazy and do this big scene, but I don't know how to represent it otherwise. So I'm kind of skipping this page for now and just not worrying about it, and we'll come back to it, but... This page was going alright, I just didn't feel like finishing it, if I'm honest. I should probably vary their body sizes a little bit, too. I'm looking at them now, thinking that was something maybe I should have done. So, there's some stuff left to do. There's some city junk, and, most of, like, I've got, like, 3-4 of the pages done now, so it's something. Guess I have to come up with a language for them too. Hooray! Well, a written language anyway. So that's the plan. You're getting another person involved in Sheep World? Yes. Alright, I think that should be enough, guys. And gals. Italian. They're just Italian. That's it. I'll put one right here. More like sticking out of this case. He's like going in. Alright, that's actually probably a good start for that. I don't feel like sketching anymore, if I'm honest. Let's do some color on let's do some color on the Veos sheet, because I didn't finish this one page. Oh, not that one, the other one. Yeah, that's the one. I never actually finished this page, so let's do that. Does Croc music? It is. YouTube is not upset about it, so we get to have it. That was a suggestion from Artie and Plushie, I believe. Yeah, no, Artie was like, here, have the entire playlist. And I picked out the stuff that either I just didn't care for, or the stuff that was really short, because there were a couple of them that were like literally 4 seconds long. But, you know, I figured it out. Croc, more like Yoshi. I actually don't know anything about Croc, but the music's really good. I want to get this one finished up so that I can think about, like, I want to do all the other species sheets, too. I don't even know which one I want to do next. I have to decide what level of technology these guys have, especially before I go to, the Noldaru, because I feel like the level of technology that I choose will alter what my Noldaru sheet looks like, you know? It was originally going to be a Yoshi game. Oh, interesting. Well, there you go. I can't believe Sony decided to call it the PlayStation Classic. Because they saw how well the NES and the SNES Classic were selling. Oh. It's amazing that trying to copy your competitors exactly doesn't work. It's almost like people can tell that you're trying to rip them off. I wouldn't know anything about that, though. Because I don't know things. Don't ever forget that. I don't know things. I'm like Jon Snow over here. I know nothing. Never played it before you heard it from Nitro Red, a YouTuber? Oh, cool. Same size, same naming scheme. Nah. It totally was gonna work out. Obviously the system was rigged, and that's why, like, the market was rigged, and that's why it didn't. What do I know? Don't listen to me. I don't know anything. Some cool horns on this guy. They are lizard boys. Because you're done driving. Yeah. Yeah. Not driving is a good thing. How do horns work? I don't know. That works. That's fine. Look at my DMs. Oh no. What did you do? Pepper. Did you make La Petite Mort? Love it. Did you make them their own Discord profile? Is that what that is? Or is that from your website? Moonbane, welcome. How are you? I like your username. I thought it said Moonbean for a second, and I was like, oh. A bean of the moon. I like it, but Bane is cool. Over your toy house, cool. That's cool. Bunny Buns, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Axie Stack. I appreciate your name as well. Bunny Buns is fun to say. Mood Bean. You'll have to forgive me, I'm vaguely dyslexic, and so sometimes my brain's like, hey, this is fine, and sometimes my brain's like, hey, you know those two letters? You should make them not the same. Bay, Beam. We're like having fun with your name. Oh, Rio, what did you do? Kale, do you like them? Is that what that whoa was? Wave them in the air like you just don't care? Knit, though. Knit is good. Thank you for the follow, Moonbeam. Moonbane. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it right one of these times. Don't you worry. Welcome to the Axie Stack, Fred. They anger me and you must defeat them. They would love that. They would love to fight you. They would find great enjoyment out of you trying to fight them. Did you watch the TV Clone Wars? No. How goes things in my neck of the woods? You know what? I've had a really bad week, but today was pretty good, actually. I thought today was going to be worse than it was, and it ended up getting really good. So, you know, I can't complain too much. How about you? What are you guys up to? Camco! His bean rock necklace? Yes. This is what happens when you don't want to draw real circles. Bringing back the bean, by the way. I'm getting used to there being so many people in chat, because I'm not used to there being so many people. Fight me to become the leader thing too, and Darth Maul shows up and is like, what do I do now? Working on a kobold drawing. Hey, you got a friend in the chat who likes kobolds. Kayla is very into kobolds. Playing with a new tablet you got on Sunday? What kind of tablet did you get? It's like a King of the Hill thing. I think that's actually pretty common. So fight them to become king. Kokobold? Yes. Kobolds are yours. I don't think you can claim an entire D&D race, but, you know, I guess you do you. I want to make a I want to make a hey, only English in the chat joke, but none of you guys have seen me play Pixelmon, so you won't understand the joke. Except for Coco. Coco would understand the joke. Oh, you got a Huon. That's awesome. I've heard those tablets are really good. Friend of mine, Volpine, she has one. Jordan. Undertale music, yes. Small bean lizard folk. Hola, yo soy Dora. Oh, you know what? I think whatever he's wearing on his shoulder used to be a skull at one point. I think that's what's happening here. Sometimes I draw things and then I wait too long and then I can't remember what they were. I designed the kobolds and boss monster. They're supposed to look like Snoopy and Woodstock. Imagine Snoopy as a lizard. Oh my god. I have a love-hate relationship with Undertale mainly because of the community. Yep. We played Undertale on this channel probably almost a year ago now. And I was really scared to play it. Everybody was suggesting it, but I was so scared to play it because of the community, and so that's how I ended up with so many mods. Because I kept modding people to, like... And obviously I trust you guys to mod. But I ended up getting a bunch of mods specifically to watch the chat and keep people from either being nasty or from spoiling things. And it ended up being a really good experience. But the community as a whole really scared me into almost not playing it. And I ended up really enjoying it. We never finished Genocide though. Sans proved to be too hard for me, so I just gave up. It was pretty close to a year ago now, I think. I don't remember when I played it. Feels like it was a while ago. Maybe it wasn't a year ago. I thought it was sometime in November. Yeah, I just stay away from the community too. I try to mostly skim the chat and, like, not let it get to me, but... Hey, you know what? Not everybody's got the money to just subscribe like that, so I appreciate that you did it, even if it took you a while to get here. I just appreciate you guys being in the chat in general. I would have never guessed that I would ever get to a point in my life where I would have, what, 20 people in my chat at the same time? Like, what kind of madness is that? Hey, Positivity Bot. Listen, you got a cool name, but I definitely kicked you out of my chat. I'm glad that I got the opportunity to play it blind. I don't like the bots being in my chat because they mess with my random number generator, and so I try to kick them as much as I can because I don't like them. So the first D&D character I had when I was 8 had Kobold as a random language, and I had no idea what they were and started researching, and now I have my own fancy homebrew kobolds. That's cool. I'm on the side of things after playing it once or twice. I dare say the Undying is harder than Sans. He has 0 RNG. You just have to work around his predefined attacks. That's true. She had a lot more like random stuff that you had to just dodge, which was a little bit difficult. I have a hard time with patterns though. So doing Sans, I kept messing up things that I knew how to do. But I think that was a personal preference rather than anything else. There's a really, really cool remix of Undyne's theme on YouTube. It's like an orchestral theme. I'm gonna look it up and link it in the chat. If you guys have a minute after the stream or during the stream or whatever you want, just... Oh my god, it's so good. It's like an orchestral remix and I love it. Axolotl is an independent lottle. He don't need no bots. Right, yeah, Axolotl's got my back. The thing is like, I'll never make use of those bots because the bots that follow me in the chat like that, they want you to go on their channel and tell them to host you, and I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to grow this community any faster than it's already going. Like, I want to get to know you guys as the community grows, so, you know, I don't need the bot. I'm surprised a game called Lisa the Painful, which is a very messed up game about sensitive jazz, are more tame than Undertale? I like most of the symphonic metal remixes. Yeah, those are really good too. The Lisa community is way tamer? Oh, okay. I've never even heard of that game. Oh, the kitty is joining me. Hello. One of these days I'm gonna get a webcam so they can see your cute little face when you come up here. Hope you're not getting into too much trouble. Hey, cat. I'm always amazed at how many good remixes there are. People are really talented. It's kind of incredible. It's a proto-Undertale? Inspired by Earthbound like Undertale. Not to mention all the amazing fan animations. Oh, for sure. I like, I really like Gail Rice's voice for Undyne. Like, she has a funny video of her, she's like reading she's like reading the comment section in her Undyne voice, and I don't know, something about it I really like. My cat is just standing very close to me, cleaning her face. My phone near me to take a picture. She's so cute. I'm gonna get a webcam one of these days just so you can see Cat. Like, I was gonna hook it up and only turn it on when the cat's nearby. If you're aware of what's going on in the fandom, you're in too deep. That's fair. Can't argue with that. We demand a cat cam. If I could get her to stay in a single spot, I would totally have a cat cam. I saw somebody... YouTube? I think it was a stream that was exported to YouTube. But he had a cat cam. Like, he had like a little cat basket and had like a webcam pointed at it so that there was always a cat cam. But she won't sit in a basket like that for me to have a cat cam. YouTubers doing Undertale voices. There's a couple people's voices for stuff that I can't, like, unhear that voice. Hey, Koala, what's up? Once upon a time, you had a snake cam? That's really cool. Clone Hero streamer that has a cat cam? That's adorable. Why are you getting eye cookies all over my computer? What are you doing? Dude with long hair just rocking out with a plastic guitar. Oh, yes, he plays Rock Band or Guitar Hero, one of those, right? He has long blonde hair. I think I watched a video of his where he played, where he did a song. It was the Fairly Odd Parents thing, but it's not right. I think was what it was called.
Oh, you're so cute and sweet, and you can't lay on the laptop. Come here. No, come here. Alright, get down.
What you drawing? Here, I'll zoom out so you guys can see it. We are working on one of the pages of my species sheet for one of my races. The page is the fashion page. It's kind of a way for me to show off the species itself and what they wear and different body types and stuff. So, working on that. I don't know what's going in the boxes down here. I haven't figured that out yet. I haven't gotten that far, but I figured I would just color and draw and we'll figure it out as we go. That video, yes. Yeah, he was the one I was thinking of. He has like a cat cam. I rewatch videos almost daily. He's so good. Cats are amazing. My cat is a sweetheart. I love her. Cats are good and pure. My cat is a beautiful little munchkin, and she likes to be held. So when I get home from work, she follows me into the kitchen. She just yells at me because she wants food. So I feed her, and then as I'm making my own dinner, I have to hold her over my arm like a sack of potatoes because she wants me to hold her. She's like, no, right now. You have to hold me. I know you're cooking, but you have to hold me. So I just sling her over my arm like a baby and just hold her. Just stop by and say hello. Have a good night. Rest well. I'm glad you stopped by for a minute. That's what we can do one night. You join me and watch his videos together on Rabbit. There you go. Just that. Just watching other people's videos on YouTube. I wonder if she'd even come in here with the cam if I had a cam. She might not. She doesn't like cameras for some reason. They're big smooshy hands. Too early to be feeling sleepy. Honestly, that happened to me Tuesday night. Like, Tuesday night I was supposed to stream, and I was so exhausted. And then something came up. I called my grandma, and then I just got upset, and I just didn't want to stream suddenly. I was suddenly really tired, and just shut down, and I was just like, you know what, I'm going to bed. That's it. Just canceled stream, went to bed. So I get that. That's allowed. It sucks, but it's allowed. I get that. So here, I'll show you guys what I was working on earlier at the beginning of the stream, which was like 20 minutes ago. This is the landscape painting for their for the sheet that's going to talk about the city. I have to actually do it now. I have to, like, draw things, but, you know, drawing things, so. Choices and decisions. But I'd show you guys what I was up to. I thought I needed more, like, plants and stuff. I didn't really think about it, but it's time for that. So, this that. Alright, serious question that's gonna probably make me sound like an idiot. Is Roblox and Minecraft the same thing? Because I don't even really know what Roblox is, but I thought that they were different. But every time I see a reference to Minecraft, somebody says something about Roblox, and I don't know if it's a meme or if it's literally the same thing. It's not the same thing? Okay. I figured I was allowed one moment to be dumb tonight, and I've already used it, so, like... It's kind of like you make your own simplistic games. Oh, interesting. Anybody remember Block World? I do not. Roblox is a way of life. That's amazing. I genuinely didn't know. I've heard of Roblox, but I've never actually, like, seen anything from it. And every now and then somebody, like, will see something. Like, there was a video I saw on Tumblr a few weeks ago. It was of a guy, like, he was at, like, a school. It looked like he was maybe doing, like, a demonstration about wildcats. So he was holding a lynx, like an actual live lynx. He was holding it, like, by its arms, like under its arms, like Long Cat, and was carrying it around. And then, like, in the background, you can see some kid sitting at the computer playing Minecraft. And it was really obvious to me that it was Minecraft because he had the elytra on and was flying. But then all the comments were like, oh, that dude has a lynx, and there's some kid in the background playing Roblox. And I'm like, what? It's Minecraft. Like, but apparently that sounds like some sort of meme. Have you ever heard that really annoying, overly loud sound of a kid going oof? Oh, it's from Roblox. It's interesting. It was like it was biggish around the time Roblox was first getting big. Huh. I've actually not heard of it. Amazing, right? I've not heard of me not hearing of things. It's almost like I don't know anything. I've heard of Roblox so much over the last couple of years, but only this summer did I actually look up what it was. Yeah. I figured now was a good enough time for me to ask what it was, because I had no idea what was going on. Oof is your war cry. Yes. Oof. Sometimes you need a good oof. Danger noodles. Our war cry. Everyone's war cry. Oh, Roblox is the universe itself. You're right. I definitely forgot. You just told me to. You enlightened me, and then I immediately forgot about it. It is a meme. I understand now. Thank you for teaching me. You guys are very good at teaching me the way of the meme. Speaking of memes, did anybody else see the new Wreck-It Ralph trailer? Because I have never been so amused in my life. I didn't even realize what was happening at first, and then it kind of sunk in. It took a minute. I didn't even... It was kind of a magical experience, really. Because I was just kind of watching it like, oh, okay, alright, there's a bit of a plot in here now. Now I kind of understand what's happening, and it might not just be gross product placement. And then... I've never been so what in your life? I don't even remember what I said. We totally got trolled. It was amazing. I've already forgotten what I said. The point is that the new trailer for Wreck-It Ralph 2 is incredible, and you should go watch it, because I don't even know. That happened, guys. That happened. They trolled everyone. I almost want to ruin the surprise. Like, if you haven't seen it yet, it's just, oh, beautiful. Like I said, I didn't even realize what was happening. Like, at first I was just like, oh, this song. I know this song. And then it sank in, you know. That probably ruined it a little bit. Listen, alright. They rickrolled the internet. They rickrolled everyone, and it's amazing. That's a meme that should be dead and isn't. Yep! You can't escape it. It's happening. Thanks for spoiling it, Google. Yep. Spoiled it. Spoiled it! Am I allowed to send links to high-quality Roblox memes? Absolutely. As long as they are not political or not safe for work, you are more than welcome to send them. Because while I like to believe that a lot of you are sane human beings, I just don't need the politics in my thing. Oh, is this what Roblox looks like? It's like Lego, but worse. I kind of love it. Sometimes I wish I could uninstall Life, but that involves being dead. And I don't really want to be dead, so... I just kind of want to reboot the operating system sometime, you know, power it off and power it back on. Maybe uninstall this anxiety virus that I have. Yeah, there's like a big plot dump at the start, which was actually really nice because when I was watching the other trailers, I was like, great, it's like the Emoji Movie, except it's not the emojis. It's just Emoji Movie nonsense all over again, more goddamn product placement. But now that there's a plot dump, I'm like, okay, at least there's a reason for them to go to the internet other than just, look at all the things and it's shiny. Yeah, that's what I assumed also, that they were just dumb and didn't know what to do with the sequel. If you could figure that out, I'd love to be a test subject for the procedure. Excellent. Yes, excellent. Also, I definitely didn't forget what I was talking about, so I'm glad that you brought that conversation back up. And, you know, just because I was glad somebody was engaged in that conversation, and it's not because I forgot what I was talking about and needed to continue the joke. Yeah. No. Yeah, I got this weird virus called anxiety, and I don't know how to get rid of it. I can't find, like, a fix for it. glad you guys love me even when I totally forget my own jokes. Like, I was like mid-joke there, just forgot. Look at these good lizards. These good snake children. I'm gonna take a sip of my water. I'm sorry if you hear the clinking sound of my straw. I miss my plastic straws, but I know that metal straws are better for the environment or whatever. Snake children. Lizard nips. Actually, they do not have nips. I did not give them nips. This one does have little tassels hanging off of his shirt, though. That tassel a little bit smaller, I think. Yeah. I don't know, some sort of tassel. Like a scarf tassel, I don't know. Haven't decided. Thought they looked kind of cool, so I hung them there. Probably some sort of polished stone or metal. You know, I realized that I've been drawing. I just now, it occurred to me that I was drawing these guys. I was drawing their city, but I didn't really consider how their city would be affected by like modern technology on the outside. Like, I don't know. I guess I should decide how modern their technology is and maybe, I don't know, revamp the city a little bit accordingly. Yeah, that's about it. I like to export my videos to YouTube to archive them, but if a song comes up that's copyrighted by Twitch, they mute my VODs. And I don't want to lose any of the commentary for when I upload them to YouTube, so I have my own playlist that I play music from. But if there's a song that you don't like, let me know and I'll skip it. Yeah. Unfortunately. I wish I could just play whatever I wanted and then I could let you guys do song requests all day, but I might do like, I actually I was in, what was it? I think it was in Daydreams and Dragon Wings. I think I was in her chat. Somebody recently I was watching was doing song request night, like it was a specific night for song requests, and so even if you weren't, like even if you didn't have points to spend on her like currency thing, you could still request songs that night. Like it was like a special thing. So I was thinking maybe like once or twice a month we could do a Stack Saturday where I let you guys request the music, and then just if the VOD gets muted, the VOD gets muted, you know, like just that's it. Sorry. You're telling me that I have a YouTube channel. I do. You were there? There you go. Kuro knows. The YouTube channel is an archive of everything that's been on this channel, so if you missed out on a playthrough of something and want to catch up on it, or just, I don't know, just like YouTube, then that's a good thing to check out. Everything is somewhat well organized. I have a whole bunch of streams that I gotta tag for upload soon, because I forgot. I'm gonna do this from this angle, because sometimes you gotta rotate a canvas to make it work correctly. Yup, I got a nice YouTube archive. I just wish Twitch didn't mute the VODs. You know, that would be nice. And, like, I know that I could just, I know I could do local recordings and upload them, but it takes too long for me. Because I don't really have a lot of time for that sort of thing, so... Alrighty, go ahead and lurk. I appreciate the lurk. I should make a lurk command for Axolotl. I've been trying to think of things to give him for, I've been trying to give him things to think of. Like, I've been trying to think of things to give him as commands. There you go. Nom nom nom. The axolotl consumes you. I have not played Night in the Woods myself, and I'm not super interested in playing it because I've already watched a couple of YouTubers play it, and it was fun to watch somebody else play, but I'm not sure that it's my type of game, but who knows. Someday I'm gonna run out of stuff to play. Right? Well. Except I can do Pokemon Let's Plays for the rest of my life. Preparing Let's Plays for your channel. I have hours of footage, but editing my introduction vlog is taking so long. I haven't posted anything. Kind of wish I could do it in streams, but I feel more comfortable with episodes. Hey, that's totally fair. If you feel more comfortable that way, do it. You missed out on a special game that comes once in a blue moon. Yeah. It was really good, and I really enjoyed watching people play it. It has a really good story. I just didn't feel like it was the kind of game that I would want to play myself, I guess. And I'm glad that I watched other YouTubers play it, because I just, like, after I was done watching it, I was like, okay, that was really good. I kind of don't know that I want to play it, though. You know, like, I watched it, and that was, like, I was content, you know? I was totally and perfectly happy watching someone else's Let's Play of it. You bought a real foxtail. Whoa. Because it was really good. It was a really good game. There was a Renaissance fair near where I lived, and there was always this lady there that would walk around, and she was wearing like 100 tails. She worked there. Like, the tails were all for sale, but she was wearing all of them. So you'd see her walking around with like 16 like raccoon tails and like a whole bunch of foxtails in different colors. It was kind of wild, honestly. Like, she had a big old belt full of tails. She's Ninetales. She was like more than Ninetales, but yes, that's what she looked like, though. She looked like some sort of nine-tailed like anime character. Or the Pokemon. I heard about the game from a PS4 ad when it was being announced. Thank God you waited. I'm assuming you're talking about Night in the Woods. I saw one of my favorite YouTubers was playing it, and I was like, I'll watch it. You know, at the time I wasn't really into streaming a bunch, and I didn't really have a lot of money, and I still don't really have a lot of money for games, so I didn't buy it myself. I just couldn't afford it, and I don't know, it was pretty enjoyable. But I'm glad that you got the experience of playing it yourself. You're gonna be antisocial and sit in the library during lunch. You know what? Sometimes that's what you gotta do. Honestly, especially since your middle school seems to be so bad. Yeah, definitely just get out of the way. That's what I did when I was in, I mean, I know middle school's a little different, but when I was in high school, that's what I did during my free periods. Anytime I had like a study hall or something, instead of sitting in the study hall with everybody else, I went to my chemistry teacher's room and she let me sit in the lab whenever she didn't have a class in the lab. And I would just sit at the lab tables and do my work in there because I got so frustrated with people harassing me during, free period that I was like, well, I'll just go somewhere else. And I got a lot of stuff done and just avoided people because everything is stressful when you're in school. I can't believe it was announced in 2015. A little while ago. You heard about it a year before it came out and then gifted it to a friend and watched them play it. Well, there you go. Something about those kind of games has never really been my thing. Kind of the same with, what is it? The Walking Dead. Coco's playing that right now. I'm really enjoying watching it, but I don't think I could ever play a game, like a Telltale game myself. That's not really my style of game. I don't know that I would enjoy playing it. I like watching it, but I don't think that I could play it myself. Even if you guys, like, sold it to me, like, it's such a good fucking game or whatever, I don't think I could do any of the Telltale games. It's a little too much stress for me. Mostly eat in the halls anyway, yeah. Spent all high school either in the library or working in the greenhouse. Your school had a greenhouse? That's so cool. You guys are really trying to sell this Night in the Woods thing to me. Like, I appreciate the effort. You guys are very passionate about this game. Alright, I need to do something to this skull to make it not look like a Veos skull, because I don't want it to look like he has a Veos on his head, because he doesn't. Where's my... Alright, the first thing I can do is give it more of like a horse nose. Or like that sort of nostril. There we go. I had this friend who supports me. When I told him what happened, he marched over to the kid that did it and lectured him. Oh my god, that's so good. I'm so glad that you have a friend that can do it. The AG department had a teeny greenhouse that we could all use to sell flowers to old people. Oh, that's really cool. The greenhouse management was such a whatever class. At the end of the year, the teacher decided the final grave on a curve, the curve being you. You were the only person who did well in the class. Oh my god. So you basically saved your entire class. I'm gonna put this out there right now. If there is a game that is being suggested that is not already in my Steam library and or is not free via ROM, I will not be playing it. I do not have the extra cash right now for games, and if you guys buy me things, all you will do is give me an anxiety attack, so don't buy me things. And yeah, so if it is not in my library at the moment, I will not be purchasing it. I simply do not have the cash for that. I'm trying to not have to be at this current job anymore, and to do that I need money to move out. So, and by move out I mean move out of this particular state. But it's on the, you know, there's some games that are on the list. I don't know that Night in the Woods is on that list, but I appreciate your enthusiasm. And I appreciate that you guys are trying to sell me on this game. I enjoy that you guys are so passionate about it. Do I have a P.O. box? No. I thought about it, but no. I do not. I thought about it mainly so if you guys wanted to send me fan art, because that I would enjoy. I would love, like, handmade fan art, but see, Paper Mario is definitely a possibility because Paper Mario is free because I can get it on a ROM. And as long as I can get the ROM to work, I'm down. You got 100% on the final, so making my score to the maximum score would have made literally no difference. Oh, I understand. Oh man, people did that bad that even grading on a curve didn't save them. So you almost saved them, but not quite. Luigi's Mansion is not free. It is $40. Free real estate. Yep, that's it. That's the one. Good meme. Excellent quality meme. I looked it up today because I wanted to know when it was coming out on 3DS, and it is in fact not free. And I was disappointed that it was not cheaper because I was thinking about getting it because that would have been a really good Halloween game, but it is $40. So speaking of Paper Mario, there it is. All right, have a good lurk, Rolling Fox. I gotta get a lurk command in here. I wasn't gonna do it, but now I feel like I should do it. Rolls into a trash bin. There you go. My partner for a presentation is a sponge, and when I asked her to do work, she literally copied a biography on Aristotle straight from biography.com. Oh no. You should get a stream overlay game. What do you mean? A stream overlay game. You've done all the work. Yeah, group projects suck. Because that's how it always goes. You always end up doing all the work. I always did all the work in group projects, too. It stinks. Especially when there's the whole, like, school politics of, like, you know, people bullying you and stuff. Then you feel like you have to do all the work or else people are gonna hate you. Which is at least how I felt. I don't know about anybody else, but that's how I felt. Can I tell you about a story about the worst group project ever? You may absolutely tell me a story. I love stories. Give me an example, but some other streams have games that chat plays by chat command. Oh, okay. No, I know what you mean. I don't know of any of those. We used to play Jackbox games on here, but I got kind of bored of Jackbox, if I'm honest. And it was kind of hard to, it got kind of hard to play because not everybody could participate. Because we started getting a lot of trolls, and I just got really uncomfortable and didn't want to do it anymore, but... Smart kid has to do all the work because also she's nice. Yup. Pretty much. I'm ready for story time. I'm trying to think of any bad group projects I did. I feel like every group project was a bad group project. Especially when I got to college and realized that I was so far outside my reading level that pretty much my partners had to do the whole project, mostly not because I didn't want to help, but because I was physically unable to help because I couldn't understand the material. And I ended up doing my own, like, helping by taking notes as they explained things to me, and then writing the bibliographies and stuff and doing all the technical work because I physically could not understand the material. There's pizza every day? Jesus. I'm actually a little surprised your school's allowed to get away with that. It blew me out of the lurk. We were paired up with a guy to make like this little air balloon car thing out of a box, straw, balloon, tape, etc. I think we had to do a similar project. The guy took it home to work on it and didn't bring it back. I told the teacher, and I got a B and he got an F. Oh boy. That's exciting. I feel like I remember doing a project similar to that. Except we had to like do it at school and it was like a whole one-day thing, so that kind of thing was never really able to happen. But yeah, that's unfortunate. At least you got a good grade for it. He literally did not care that he left it at home. That's amazing. I mean, if any of you guys have music recommendations, we do have a music channel on the Discord if you want to make suggestions for like future songs. It helps if you know that it won't get copyrighted by Twitch, but I will put I will consider everything to be put on the playlist at this point, as long as it's not, like, epic orchestral themes, you know? As much as I like some of those, it's a little much. It breaks my concentration when I'm drawing, mostly. She has to make her own presentation by tomorrow, so she has a day to work on it. Oh my god. At least the teachers were on your side about it. Like extra hard because he doesn't really have a wrist. Fantasy Star North American release. Okay. Yeah, video game music is easier because it's less likely to get copyrighted, but I will look at other stuff. That over a little bit so you guys can look at some things. Our school, I don't remember what our school used to serve. I feel like it was like really crappy food. Like it was always like chicken nuggets or hamburgers or something. Like it wasn't like good healthy food. And there was always the option to get like an a la carte thing, like get a sandwich, and they had like turkey sandwiches and stuff, like normal sandwiches, but then they also had like this like peanut butter and marshmallow sandwich, and so that was like good, you know, nice healthy option. Angle for his hand was not really a good choice, was it? Oh, that's a little better. they sold milk as well. Always. Yep. Yeah, they always had, like, tons of drinks and stuff, too. Actually, it was really funny. The last year I was in high school, we got a slushie machine, so you could get, like, ices. And there was one day that two girls got into a fight in this little, like, it wasn't like a room, it was like, okay, if this is the cafeteria, right? And so you've got, like, all these, like, tables for people to eat at and whatever. And then back here's the kitchen, so you would come in, you'd walk through the kitchen and come back out, and then, like, the registers to, like, check out or whatever were over here. There was this little room back here that used to be an office, and they busted this wall down and put, like, seating in there. And there was this one day that these two girls got into a fight back in that room, and one of them flipped the other one's, like, food tray in the middle of the fight and splattered, like, red slushy all over the ceiling. And we definitely, like, everybody, like, saw the red and thought that, like, one of them, like, was making the other one bleed, and then we realized what had happened, but, like, the whole cafeteria got so quiet because we were all like, oh my god, what's happening? Remember befriending the smart people, you can use them to get jobs later on and join their yacht parties. There you go. Yep. The people who matter will be nice to you. People who don't will still not be nice to you. Even after high school, they're still assholes. It never goes away. It's like it's part of who they are. They just never stop being the worst. But the smart, nice people, they continue being smart, nice people. And then you can join their yacht parties. Okay, this boy kind of chunky. Get another body shape in there since I've had so many similar body shapes. So you can have a little bit of a chunky Veos. I must have just put averages up there. Alright. Hey, we got some line art in. Go us. Deciding if I should color them now or not. I could just get those done and just get them out of the way. Alright, color suggestions? Anybody got any lizards or colors you want me to try to use? I'm getting a little sleepy. Pastel Veos. Vermilion with cream and bluish seafoam accents. You want a lovely pastel Veos. I don't know if I can pull off a lovely pastel Veos. What's vermilion? I don't even know what color that is. Oh, it's red. I should... Wait, what is this color? Red. Come on, you're trying to make my eyes bleed. I'll try a pastel one, but I don't know how many pastel colors I can get. That's a little bright. Oh, that's because I'm using the wrong one. Boop. There you go. kind of gonna go a little wild on this one because I don't want to look up any references. I feel like I've been following some of the lizards too closely, so. Oh, okay, it looks like an orangey color. I gotcha. Sometimes those like the names of colors don't like totally match, and it makes it hard to communicate it sometimes. So I got you. I got you. Try to think of how I would handle a pastel one. Pastel's not really a color that they come in, but I kind of want to do the one next to this one in green to, like, balance it, you know? So we got this kind of reddish one here, and then we'll do a green one next to him. I don't know what color this would be. Probably clip this, huh? Alright, this song's making me sleepy. Oof. That, yikes, that color's gonna look not great. I think that might be a little too radical for a Veos. That's very blue. Copper oxide green. Tell you what, let's try this. I kind of like it as a darker color. I don't like it as that bright color. It's not enough, there's not enough differentiation in the tones, I think, to get away with the regular bright, but we'll try this one. I think this could be cool. Oh, that looks like what I had? Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I was like, this looks like the same thing I just had. I've worked in pastels before, like pastel colors before. I mean, I've worked in oil pastels also, and I hate them. But like, I've worked in pastels before. I don't really like them that much, if I'm honest. Like, they're too messy for me. There's a couple like physical mediums that I don't really care for that much because of how messy they are. Oil pastels being one of them. I've never really liked oil pastels. I also don't really like watercolor that much. I find it too hard to control the paint. And I don't like not feeling like I don't like the feeling of not having control over what I'm doing. There's just a millipede walking across your keyboard. Like, a millipede as in the kind that kind of have, like an armored shell on top? Or, as in, like, thousands of tiny, hairy, awful legs? Oh, no chance I'm clicking on that. You better tell me what kind of millipede that is before I click on that. You're allowed to post it, but I mean, I'm clicking on it. Shelled? It is shelled? Okay, then I'll click on it. Oh, look at him! He's like a long roly-poly. That's exactly what it is. It looks like a pillbug was playing Slaverio. I've heard people use millipede and house centipede interchangeably, so I got nervous. I'm not easily spooked, but house centipedes, not okay. But millipedes, good. Millipedes, silly. Let's do like a dark red, please. Is anybody hyped for Christopher Robin? I am intrigued, I think would be the right word to describe my feelings towards the Christopher Robin movie. I would not say I'm hyped. I'm not hyped the way... Actually, I wouldn't even say I'm hyped the way I'm hyped for Captain Marvel. I'm not even that hyped for Captain Marvel. I'm ready for Captain Marvel, but I would not say hype is the word I would use. I'm interested in it. It looks pretty good. It sounds really good too. Their voices are awesome. Like, I'll probably see it. I'll probably go see it for sure. It looks pretty cute. Not a big movie person. That's fair. Usually if I miss the movies, I'll catch them like once they're out of the theater, you know? Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me finish coloring this guy's eye. You are full set of noodles. There they are. I don't want to see Peter Pan and Christopher Robin as grumpy adults. I heard that not Pan. Is it Pan? The one with Robin Williams. I heard that one was really good. I actually haven't seen that. That's Hook, right? But I like Winnie the Pooh. I mean, it looks like a good movie. I kind of feel the same way about the Winnie the Pooh movie as I do about the Mary Poppins remake. It's like, or sequel, I guess, whatever you would call it. That it looks good, but it looks like enough of a departure that I might like grab it on DVD when it comes out and see it, you know. Right? Why is the Super Meat Boy music always so loud? I actually thought I took some of the Super Meat Boy music off the playlist because of that hook. I'll tell you what, let's use that color, on some of his gems. Since I didn't use it on his actual body, because I thought it was too unnatural of a color, we'll use it for that. You mentioned the area when your brain was like, oh yeah, this. Yep, that's it. That's the one. That. Chunky rocks. Chunky, natural colored rocks. A little hesitant to give these guys any kind of crazy jewelry because jewelry is kind of the Jadoa thing, but everybody's got to have some kind of jewelry. They just don't have gold jewelry. Sponge. I'm guessing you're pretty excited for it, Moon, for the copper, not copper oxide, just copper. Actually, probably bronze is better. Yeah. For Christopher Robin? You love copper? To be fair, this is very similar to the original copper color that I had, so... I'm good at things, don't worry. So much nostalgia? Yeah. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it has a really touching element to it. I think it'll be really cool. Oh! Kale, thank you for the pride bits. I appreciate it. It's a lot of biddies. Apparently people in Japan laughed when they were and then were sad about Christopher Robin's busy work schedule. Oh no. I have to say, speaking on the movie topic, I watched the Captain Marvel trailer, right? And I was sort of whelmed. Like, I wouldn't say I was overwhelmed or overhyped, but I wasn't really underhyped either, if that makes sense. Like, I watched it and I was like, oh, finally, the next Marvel movie. I'm really excited about it. But I didn't get hyped the way I got over, like the Infinity War trailer. Like, the Infinity War trailer got me pumped, and I was ready for that movie. And it brought me to tears, but I was ready. My brain was mentally prepared for that. But, like, the Captain Marvel trailer, I'm like, ah, yes, finally. I had feels at the part where where the text blurred from her to Hero. Like, that made me go, ah, yes, very good. But otherwise, I was just fairly whelmed. Just whelmed. Not underwhelmed, not overwhelmed. He's presented as working himself way too much and getting home at 9 p.m., which is pretty average time to end the workday in Japan. Gotcha, that makes sense. You are full of all the Japan trivia today. I'm very happy about it. I'm learning a lot. I don't know if anybody else likes Marvel movies and felt that way, but that was my feeling towards it. How about How to Train a Dragon 3? It looks so good. I'm so excited for it. The female Night Fury, or the Light Fury, or whatever it is they're calling her, also has me whelmed. I hope that they don't fuck that up, because I am just whelmed. But, you know. I like her design, it's just not what I expected, and I'm like, oh, did you have to sexualize it? Like, Did you have to go for that, like, super heavy feminine dimorphism on them? Like, at least you didn't give her eyelashes, but come on, DreamWorks. You were doing so good. But I'm excited for it anyway. You know, like, I'm just like, I'm not having, like, the reaction some people are having where they're like, no, this movie's gonna suck because the girl dragon looks like a girl dragon and it's not okay. Like, I'm fine. I'm like, I mean, she could have been less feminine, but whatever. It's a movie about dragons, and they're great, and one of them is an axolotl, and I'm just ready. Just give me my axolotl dragon. Do it. Give. You were talking about Japanese crane games in the Discord chat earlier. It lived up to the nostalgia hype a lot, and you have hopes for the third. Totally. I hope that they do a good job with that. I think they'll be fine. What's great about the Captain Marvel trailer is that they needed to cement the fact that it takes place in the past and they showed Blockbuster. Yep. Exactly. I'm hyped for the game, for the Pokemon Let's Go Eevee Switch console, not the actual game, just the console. Yep. That's it. Hey, Pupcakes and Cupcats, what's up? I don't know why I always put an "an" in between your name. We are world building one of my species, which is the Veos. I was working on, I'll show you guys again since you were all just here. I was working on their city layout, which is happening. But I didn't feel like doing landscapes anymore because I don't like doing landscapes, even if there's people in them. I hate them. So, now I'm working on the fashion portion of the character sheet. They are called Veos. Also affectionately coined murder doodles by the chat. Everyone here calls them moodles. Yeah, I have to say, I don't know if it's like because I've been super extra tired this year or what, but like so many things are coming out that I'm just kind of like, okay, yeah, that's a thing. I'll probably check it out. Like, because the Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu. Like, I saw the trailer and everyone was losing their shit over it, and I was kind of sitting over here like, it's Kanto. Again. Okay. Sure. Alright. I'm down, I guess. Like, it looks really good. The art style is really cute, and the following animations are great, and I will probably play it just... Actually, it's first gen, so never mind. I was gonna say just so I can have a Quagsire following me, but it's first gen, so... but... Just like... I don't know, like... That was my feeling towards the Let's Go games. They look fine. They look good. I just wasn't, like, hype. I would not use the term hype, in quotes, to describe my feeling towards those games. Same thing with, like, some of the other movies that are coming out, like the Mary Poppins and the Winnie the Pooh. I totally get why people are hyped for them. I 100% get it. Just like Pokemon. I get why people are hyped. But I'm over here like, cool. Thumbs up. I'm gonna go do something else. Have fun. Can I tell you a thing that actually bothers me more than it should? Please. Please do. Oh, you know what? I forgot to color the nose ring on this dude. How are you, Pupcakes? We were talking about movies and things that we're hyped for. And since I like to be a party pooper, I was talking about things that I probably should be hyped for and I'm not. So, you know. Alright. Moodle number 1. I'm not sure... Okay. We need another color palette. I got 10 minutes. What's another good color palette? Anybody got a color suggestion you want to throw out? If you throw out something crazy like purple, I will just make it work. So, just saying. After, like, how long has Bongo the cat been a thing? Oh, of course it has been. Yep. Can't we have one pure and wholesome thing? No, this is the internet. You're not allowed. Although that just made me think about other things that might have porn, and now I'm sad. Just find a random Pokemon. There you go. Shiny Politoed. Oh, that is very pink. What is this? Is that a Mega Polytoad? That's amazing. Challenge accepted. You guys are gonna kill me. I'm like, what color should I color this very, serious dragon monster? And you guys are like, pink! You will get what you want, but you will not get it in the way that you want it. Ask, and you shall receive, but not the way that you intended. You should get a breed of wood. That Mega Polytoad, if that's what it is supposed to be. It's based on the gods from Wind Waker. Oh yeah, it is kind of like them, isn't it? That'd be kind of cool if it was. I feel like that needs to be a dark pink. Maybe less saturated. I am gonna start running out of colors at some point though, so. Do some crazy ones like pink. If we're doing Pokemon, can we like get Salazzle? Oh, that would actually be a good one for the last one. Although I feel like we need like a standard like green and yellow one up here somewhere just to like balance it out a little bit. This pink is not going to work. Give me a moment. I'm gonna make this pink better because right now it doesn't look super hot, so. Alright, let's start with this color. It's actually not a bad color. Listen to that good old Slime Rancher music. An evolution from a fan game called Pokemon Insurgents. Okay. Pokemon Insurgents has been mentioned on this channel several times. It's on my list. I want to play it mostly because it has cool, it has the Delta Pokemon in it, and that is a cool concept to me. I loved Alolan forms. That was like one of the best things Pokemon has done in a while was Alolan forms. I love everything about the Alolan form concept, and I wish that they had done more. Are they hunters? Is that why they have furs and skulls? Are they hunters? Are they hunters? You're fine. So the Veos are a, if you want a really quick comparison, they're probably most like orcs from World of Warcraft or like one of those more barbarian races, but their whole culture is very based on fighting. And, so yes, they do hunt. They're carnivores, so they are hunters. And all that sort of thing. Their culture is very aggressive, and very strict, sort of. They follow a very strong code of ethics. You know, it's very taboo to break certain laws or whatever. They don't really have a central form of government. It's whoever's the strongest at the time. I'm trying to find ways to sum them up past that. They're murder noodles. Murder noodles just sums up everything perfectly, so. Do Veos regenerate limbs? You know, I never thought about that. I'm gonna go with no. But, although they are lizards, so they might be able to regenerate limbs. I have given them the feature that they will live for as long as they are able to sustain themselves with food. So, they cannot die. Basically, they're just like, they just live until they can no longer live. which I believe is a myth about crocodiles, I believe it is. That they will grow until they are unable to sustain themselves. I'm just gonna pull this red color off of that guy. This one's eye. Do they molt? Yes. I think I did decide that they molt. However, I'm gonna go check my own character sheet because I forgot. There's some like little like technical things like that that I keep forgetting about. I should post these in the Discord because you guys haven't seen them. Maybe I didn't decide. Thought I did. They are subterranean, and they use their hands for digging. That's kind of about most large reptiles, turtles, crocs, and that one T-Rex we're not supposed to talk about. One more word and I will feed you to my children. Just kidding, we're vegetarians. There you go. Yeah, they would probably just discard it. Although now I can't remember if I made them molt or not. I imagine that they have to shed their skin. They're lizards. What else would they do? They're sort of based on just reptiles, period. Just, like, some of their design choices I have just pulled from different reptiles. Like, a lot of their face patterns and stuff, I just pulled off any reptile I could get my hands on. It wasn't just, like, only crocodiles or something like that. If they get scratched up or scarred, they become, like, they turn that stuff into their own a tattoo. So if they get, like, you know, say somebody, like, rakes them across the face with 3 claws, they will, like, turn those scars into tattoos. Those three marks, or whatever they are. Eat it! Some reptiles do eat their skin? Really? I actually didn't know that. Huh. Is there a reason for that? Like a, you know, biological reason why they would choose to eat their skin after they've molted it? Or is it shedded or molted for lizards? Kale 69420, thank you for the host. Which is why cannibalism is bad. It's the same kind of color as the background. Just regain some of the nutrients. Gotcha. Yeah, the Veos, their primary trait is that they are fighters and that their whole culture is built around whoever is the strongest of their culture. So, like, when they're children, you know, the parents will raise their children, but only sort of. It's very rare that a Veos will, like, raise a children with any sort of care. They have the highest infant mortality rate of any species in the world, because if they have a clutch of, say, 5 eggs, they will only bring enough food to feed 4 of them and let them fight for the food. And then they'll just slowly pull back the food until the children can no longer have food and have to go hunt for themselves to encourage them to be stronger. And if one of them dies, it's kind of like, oh, well, too bad. Like, Veos don't get upset when one of their children dies. They're just kind of like, well, that one sucked then. And whichever one grows up to be the, you know, whichever is the sole survivor, that one's like, yeah, that one's my kid. Look how good my kid is surviving infancy. And to other people, that sounds horrible and like the worst thing ever, and it seems very unfair, but to a Veos, that's completely normal. That's a totally normal thing to do. Do they care about the sole survivors? They would be like, yeah, I imagine they'd be very prideful of that particular child. Like, once the children are old enough to sustain themselves on their own, though, they sort of turn them loose almost. Rocks. Once they're old enough to fend for themselves, they sort of form their own little family groups. Veos are more concerned with the families that you make rather than the families that you are born into. They'll usually form little packs of like 5 other, like 4 to 5 other Veos and just spend time with those people and move in with them, and that's kind of their family. They're not super strong into like blood ties other than being like, well, my mom was the strongest in this region. Oh, well, my dad was like a leader of the army or whatever, like more for bragging rights than anything else. But they don't spend a close amount of time with those family members. It's more genealogy to them. They're very concerned with like, oh yeah, my parents were the best at this or whatever. Want to hear the story of the first Veos who doesn't want to do that to their babies? I imagine that there's some that are like that. And I'm interested to explore Veos that are raised by humans that have to, like, fight their own instincts, because they're raised by humans, so they're not assholes. But yeah, that would be a really cool story, like the first Veos who was like, but what if I didn't starve my children into fighting? They're big dumb lizard friends and they want to fight everything. They don't really mourn their dead. They're more or less like, wow, what an idiot. Wow, look at that guy. He died. Done. Whatever. Pepper to the face. Alright, it is 10:03. I feed my kids. I hate this hippie shit. That's probably what they would be like. They'd be like, what? I don't want to feed my kids. I imagine they'd probably butt heads with the humans quite a bit. Because the humans would be like, yo, do you want to, like, maybe not let your children die? And the Veos are like, but why do I want useless children? Please do the Salazzle. Let me look up Salazzle. Oh, no, not the App Store. App Store, go away. Crazy Salazzle art. You go, internet. Do the most. Are the humans that socially conscious? The humans in my world are not the biggest assholes. I have to decide what, like... I say this every time I work on this, and I think I've said it 3 or 4 times just during the stream. But I need to decide, what, technology level everyone's at. I picture the humans being sort of at like a Victorian steampunk sort of level, where they're starting to learn to make like machines, like they're at the point where they're getting machines, but I don't know how far into that I want to go, if that makes sense. Like, how much do I want to talk about machinery? Because the more I do machines, the more I have to draw machines, and I don't really like drawing machines. So that's like a Victorian / steampunk. Like, the humans are gonna be like, yeah, like that kind of style for them. I didn't want to do like typical medieval humans, like I wanted to do something a little different with them at least. So that was sort of my alternative to that, was to do, something very, while it flies open. There you go. But I have to decide on like the specific technology level because that'll affect the Noldaru sheet. I'm using words that none of you guys recognize. Where is my race lineup? Bam. Nope. Bam. Yes, that one. All right, this one, right? So none of them are wearing their clothes because at the time I hadn't decided what everybody's wearing. So, they're all just ready. Jadoa, I'm done with. The Jadoa have their character sheet done. That is in a pin, I believe, in the Discord and the art channel if you guys want to read the sheets for them. If not, I will pin it because I didn't realize that I had not. If I didn't. But, so that's the Jadoa. They're done. The birds are done. The Manthayans are the humans. I have not gotten much further with them than that. I've kind of got a picture in my head of what, like, art style I want to use for them, but I haven't worked on them at all. Even their character sheets, like, not filled out even a little bit. Noldaru are these giant cat people, and at first I was struggling with them, being like, I want to do them like, I want them to be like Vikings, but because they live in the north and it's cold, but everybody does Vikings when they are cold and in the north. So maybe I shouldn't do Vikings. And then I think it was Aubrielle and maybe a couple other people were like, but what if they were lazy? And so I decided that the Noldarus, their main thing for the Noldaru is that, like, everyone thinks they're these big, crazy, strong warriors because they're so huge. And, like, there's all these stories about epic Noldaru warriors, but the Noldaru are actually these big, lazy, they're like, not that theater kids are lazy. These two statements are not even anywhere near each other, but, like, they just want to have a good time. And they like putting on performances, and they're like big in, like, I imagine that they would be the ones that are really big into show business. And so they're not interested in fighting at all. They're just big lazy cats who want to do their own thing. So I kind of picture that it was kind of like that, like everyone sees them as these big monsters that are going to fight for them, and they're like, but what if you came to our play instead? The Senians are dragon riders. They hate the Essenians. They are not friends with the Essenians. Or not friends with the Veos, rather. The Essenians hate the Veos, and the Veos hate the Essenians. They're not friends. The Essenians have I'm still fleshing out the details of it, so forgive the slight corniness of it. They have gone through several revisions. The Essenians they have like a symbiotic relationship with a dragon, and that dragon is like their partner, and I know that sounds like every other dragon and their rider thing ever, and I'm working on making it more unique, but I just haven't gotten that far yet. But that's their thing. They're like adrenaline junkies. They like jumping off stuff and running around. Snake trousers! What if the snake wore pants? Can they have fluffy hats? Always fluffy hats. Cats with fluffy northern hats. I'm gonna draw one. I'm gonna draw one of those like a stereotypical just fluffy hat. Oh my god, that snake is wearing pants. That's beautiful. I love that. In most fantasy worlds, it would be like, hey, feed your kids because they're eating my chickens. Humans are pretty... Oh, another dead kid, and then they had lots of kids, but we were needing big families for labor. Oh, I guess that's true. Humans back in the day were like that, yeah. I'll scroll up, I got on like a little tangent there. So that's the Essenians. I have to design dragons for them and shit, but I haven't gotten that far. And then the Veos, who I just talked about ad nauseum. So that's my 5 races. There's a 6th one that I'm deciding whether or not I want to keep or not. I think I do want to keep it, because it's kind of integral to the Mantheans plot. So I might keep them if I don't want to change the way the Mantheans work. But since I haven't done them yet, I guess I could do that. And there's a 7th that I was kind of thinking about that's less on the table. That's more like on the shelf to go in the shredder on the other side of the room, and I haven't decided if I want to keep it or not, so. Now put them into an MMO. Please, I would love that. Are you kidding me? See, here's the thing, though. Like, if I wanted to put them in an MMO, I would want to do it, like, trying to find my words. So, like, one of the things that bugs me about Guild Wars 2 is that everything is oversized so that everybody can go everywhere. And while that works for an MMO, I hate it from a world building standpoint because there is no reason that Radasum should have enough space for the Char and the Norn to come visit. Like, Radasum should have no room for the Norn should walk up to Radasum and be like, oh, that looks like a dollhouse. Like, they should not be able to go inside the city from a world building standpoint. And I kind of would want to do that for this, like have certain areas that aren't really accessible if you're not a species that's small enough to fit in that area, you know? Can Gumdrop ride a cat person? Yes. Hat picture? Yes. Those are good hats too. I like those hats. Is the 6th race a hammerhead shark? No, it is not a hammerhead shark. I'm still sort of working on how the 6th race works. They are fragments. It gives away a big plot point, but whatever. Because I don't even know if I want to keep it. My idea for them was that they are fragments of a broken god, and it was once the human god, and that's part of how the humans end up in Lorhandel, is that their continent basically like implodes, and they have to move to another continent. So all the humans end up in Lorhandel, and the Miaga are the other race, and they are like, I realized I was doing Salazzle and then didn't. So that was sort of the idea there. But I haven't decided. Like, that's about as far as I ever got with that idea, and never continued working on it. So that's kind of on the bench for a little while until I figure out if I want to keep that. But because I think I could do stories that I want without them, but I don't know if it's an interesting enough idea to keep. So that's the plan. That's about as far as I got with it. It is a vague concept. I have a game idea that should let that be possible. You switch from character to character so one player could not be stuck and unable to enjoy the area. That's actually an interesting idea, is let people swap between them, or even just do something simple like, oh, there's a potion that can make you smaller. Like, done. Now you fit. Congratulations, you're now here. Or it could just be one of those things where there's like, like if you do like a certain path, like, actually it would, like, so in MMOs when you use a certain, like, for example, maybe you use a certain race and you miss out on a piece of like personal story, like, or lore because you didn't use a certain species. Like, I feel like that could kind of work with, I don't know how to use Salazzle's color for this, actually. Because that pink is really bright, and I'm not sure how to incorporate that. I just want to make games. Dudes, I have to go to bed. What was I talking about? Win the lotto, please, right? Words and things. Oh, yeah, like, so, like, if you pick, like, if you pick a certain path in a story-based game, you miss out on all the stuff from the other path. Like, and you just play it again with a different character. Like, I kind of would picture almost like, you can go to the Jadoa city as a Noldaru. There's just certain parts of the city that you can't really fit into because you are too big. But if you go back to that area as a Jadoa, maybe there's like a certain NPC you can talk to that isn't like integral to the game itself and doesn't like sell you anything specific or something, but it's just like a funny little piece of like lore reason. That was kind of the way I was picturing it, that like, by going to certain areas as certain, like, other like, if you have all 5 tunes, then you can visit all 5 areas or whatever. Like, that there's certain areas that you just can't get into, but it's nothing that's like, or cultural armor vendors, there you go. Yeah, it's like, but it's like nothing that is integral to the game and would prevent you from progressing because you don't fit, like, just for like a little bit, because I picture the Jadoa would expand certain parts of their city to make room for the Noldaru, and that Noldaru would like, put things around their city to accommodate smaller species, like getting in and out of places, but pink more reddish. I'm not sure how to do Salazzle's coloration, or patterning, rather. I keep getting distracted. I'm really tired. Mario Odyssey can't go into certain doors without the right costume. Yes, exactly like that. Yep. And maybe it's not integral to the main plot, but you need like you can get a piece of something in that room if you have the right costume. Yes, exactly like that. You're working on a game right now? Which game are you working on? Deleted the Salazzle and realized I still needed it. We're just gonna open that. So she doesn't really have any patterns on her face. If it was ever made into a game, I don't know if I'm ever gonna take this far enough to get it as a game, but who knows? Whomst knows? I fucked something up with this dude's shoulders, I think. Yes, I did. A little bit. You guys talked me into going overtime. This is what I get for this is what I get for skipping art on Tuesday. Then I feel bad. I would love to do this more often. Bring that down here. I've got a few infinite terrain engines. I'm going to combine them to make Skill Lands, Holly Ilex's world, and a flight sim pack. Gonna make racing checkpoints. Oh, cool. Gotta crash a lot, because flying real planes is a bit tough. Yeah, a little bit. Alright, so, Salazzle. So let's get like a reddish color. Toraba, but with planes. What? I like how Nintendo made this Pokemon and was like, this is fine. I almost feel like I need to just give it like normal lizard patterns, because Salazzle's patterns don't really fit. Toraba's this totally wild, just like... Yeah, just check the general chat. It's a, it's a crane machine that you can play on your phone. Like, it's an app that... I think it's on the... Actually, it might be browser, too. But yeah, it's an app that lets you play Japanese crane machines. Or I guess they're called UFO machines. Oh, Skyland. Okay. Skyland. Gotcha, gotcha. Imagine Pepper fighting a bass. She would. I've won quite a few things off of Toraba, actually. Kind of proud of it. Do you like how the, do you like how this one is like a shadow of... It's like a shadow of a Polytoad. It's not even really a Polytoad. What is this small, fluffy prey? The Veas would probably not even want to fight Pepper, because they would be like, wait a second, hold up. I shouldn't really fight you. And Pepper would be like, no, fight me anyway. That's one of their codes of honors, that you're not supposed to fight the quote-unquote lesser races, because they're not built for that. They're like, oh, adorable. I shouldn't fight you. And then everyone else is like, no, fight us. You gotta come up with a new way to spell it every time. I noticed that you were spelling it differently every time you said it, which made me laugh. His arm's a little broken, I'm also realizing. At first I was gonna correct you, and then I realized what you were doing. What do they eat? Various rodent type critters that they find in their caverns. I haven't decided fully yet. I haven't really gotten around to the flora and fauna and food section yet, but it's probably going to be something like that, like along the lines of, you know, rodents and things that they can catch in the caves. One of my pictures, one of the pages has Veas horking down some sort of vague rat creature. Code of honor. That was the word. The phrase I was looking for earlier, like an honor system. Yeah, there he is, working it down. Tries to think of if Pepper would be insulted or respected of the Sneeple honoring her strength. Do they eat lesser races? They do not. Is it okay for them to just slaughter and eat slaves? No. They have sort of an honor code. Basically the whole lore behind the Veos is they're like whole backstories that they used to be all these crazy warring factions and the Veos were fighting each other all the time. And they lived in the caverns with a dragon called the Earth Eater. And one day the Earth Eater just goes mad. The Earth Eater just goes crazy and just starts destroying everything and rampaging. So they get tired of living under this Earth Eater who's no longer really accommodating for them and is fighting them on everything. And one Veos kind of rises up and starts a revolution against the Earth Eater, and they kill the Earth Eater. And the Earth Eater's a big alpha dragon that's revered as a god by the Asenians. So when they kill the Earth Eater, it kind of fucks a lot of shit up in nature. And everybody kind of like the Asenians, the dragon riders, are like, they're pissed because they just killed one of their gods. And the Veos are over here like, well, if it's a god to you, then that means we're gods because we are on the same strength to be able to fight this god. And we won. So they kind of see themselves as like demigods that are supposed to like protect the smaller races. Like they see the quote unquote lesser races not so much as not as smart or not as valid, so much as people that need to be protected. Like they're like, oh, what a cute human doing their best. I like this human. I think I'm going to protect it, kind of thing. Like I imagine that there's probably a bunch, like probably the villain faction of these guys would be the ones that are like, no, we're the gods now and everyone should listen to us. Like I'm not saying that they're perfect, like there's gotta be some like xenophobic, crazy, like Nazi-ish ones, but for the most part their view of other races, while somewhat vain, is not like saying that they're not explaining lore to wildly unfitting music. Yup, pretty much. So yeah, it's a hard distinction to make, mostly because I haven't written it out in text yet, and so I don't actually know how it works, but that's sort of the long and short of it, is that they view the other races as maybe not equals, but still worthy of life. Like, they're just like, alright, go over there. Like, go do you over there. We're just gonna take care of you, I guess. Or useless humans. Or whatever. That's kind of the Skrid. That's what they eat. Yeah, they eat Skrid. They cross over into Guild Wars territory and eat the Skrid. I hope that made sense. I don't know if that made sense. I think I rambled for a hot minute there. The Animal Crossing music I was most familiar with. I think that's a pretty good indication that it's probably time for me to go to bed soon. City Folk and not New Leaf. They probably recycled the music or did like a version of it. The Veos are sort of a foil to the Jadoa, who are very open and welcoming of other races, and they love having new people come visit. Like, the Jadoa work on a large, like, family-based system and treat their whole society as, like, one big family. And so the Veos are supposed to act as kind of a foil to that they aren't as strongly concerned with family and community. It's just a lot of smaller factions that are, or like small groups that are sort of tolerating each other's existence and sometimes working together. You were talking about Guild Wars when you mentioned the char earlier. I missed the part of what you said. I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember what I said in reference to char, but similar to char, I suppose. This actually sounds like one of the songs from Wild World. It is City Folk, though. Because I didn't change the title. Yes, send me more music. I always like more music. So, I don't know if any of that made sense, but there you go. That's the lore. That's it. Now you know it. The long and short of it is that Veas are assholes, and that's how I intended them to be. I made them assholes on purpose. What color should this one's, like, scarf thing be? It's 10:30. I gotta go to bed, dudes. I wish I could stay up, but I gotta go to bed. Like how you're doing a Salazzle concept. I didn't think I could do the flames around the chest, so I decided just to put a little bit of pink on her, and then there you go. I like that the Polytoad one came out a little bit, different. But, alright, let's go. I think I'm gonna call it a night there. I think that's probably enough life for one day. So, let's go find somebody to raid. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out. Actually, nobody's, Noelle's on. Oh, Kiwi's on too. We haven't seen Kiwi in a while. What's Kiwi up to? Oh, Kiwi's up to. Noelle's doing art, though, I think. How would they appreciate Gumdrop trying to ride on their head? They'd probably just allow it, honestly. Yeah, let's go see what Noelle's up to. Yeah, so... I thought I programmed Axolotl to react to Goodnight. I guess not. Well, I hope you guys had a good time. Thanks for coming to hang out with me. It's good to do art. I'm sad I missed art night on Tuesday. I'm sorry, I had an anxiety attack. Read message? Yeah. So if any of you guys are new and haven't yet, I think most of you did, but if anybody's new here and has not followed yet, I would appreciate the follow if you want to come back. If you want to do that. We also have a Discord if you are interested. If you are interesting, we would love to have you. Which all of you are. But, see? There it is. Yep. We do have a Discord, though, so Axolotl can hook you up with that link if you need it. We would love to have you in the community. Everybody is here, hanging out. Tomorrow is Friday, so tomorrow is my day off. And then it will be Saturday. So Saturday is going to be Stack Saturday. We will probably do some kind of a sub, since it's September, let's plan on Saturday being a sub sketch night. We'll hang out and people can request doodles if you have a cute little axolotl next to your name. And I'll just sketch for the night. And then we'll watch something over on Twitch. I have to ask the subs what they want to watch. I'm getting a little bored with the Pokemon movies, if I'm honest. They're kind of garbage at this point. Like the Manaphy one was it was weird and painful, but also hilarious. But I've kind of had enough of the Pokemon movies, so we'll try something new this week, and then maybe go back to the Pokemon movies at some point. But I'd like to take a break from that, so we'll see what the sublotls are thinking about for that. I'll try to sneak in while you're at your party. Good. For anybody who's still around, if you'd like to stick around just for a couple minutes while I go pop you guys into Noelle's chat, she's working on some cute stuff. I'm gonna pop in this raid message. That is our raid message. The X that topples in. Feel free to throw in whatever emotes you want to use with that, but that is our raid message. So with that, let's head over and see what Noelle is up to. Let's go give her some love. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Have a wonderful rest of your day or night. I love you guys, and take care. Bye.